Florida just won this year's national championship game, beating Houston in what was an awesome game, 65-63. Florida won this game for three reasons. The first one, Will Richards in the first half was nothing short of incredible. Walter Clayton Jr. doesn't score a point the entire half. A guy who's been the best player in all of college in college basketball during the NCAA tournament. Like, no one has played better than him. And despite Florida's best player scoring 0 points, Florida went into the break only down by 3 because Will Richards had, 14 points. He hit 4 big threes. He was the only player on Florida's team to make a 3 in the first half. He had 14. Cadone had 6. No one else had more than 2. His big first half, he scored half of their points in the first half. His first half really kept them in it and gave them a chance in the second half, because if he doesn't hit as many shots as he did, then Florida's going into the breakdown by like 15. And at that point, like, coming back down 15 against this Houston defense is tough. I say that, but then again, Florida found themselves down by 12 pretty early in that second half, but they don't stand a chance if it's not for Will Richards' amazing first half where he scored 14 points and hit 4 big threes. The other thing that Florida did really well in this game that was going to be so important in order for them to win, they rebounded really well. They out-rebounded Houston 40-39. Houston did have 15 offensive rebounds, but they didn't allow Houston to score second chance points. Like, that's what really cost Duke. Houston would grab like 3 offensive rebounds and then kick it out, and then Usman or Cryer would hit an open 3, and it's just an absolute gut punch. And Houston grabbed 15 offensive rebounds in this game. They scored 0 second chance points in the first half. They finished the game with less than 10. And if you're Houston, that is a major part of their offense. Offensive rebounds and putbacks and putback dunks, or offensive rebound kick out to Cryer or Usman or any one of their other really good three-point shooters for 3. Like, that's a large part of their offense. Florida just didn't let them do that. It was really impressive from them. In addition to that, what is the other part of Houston's offense that allows them to score points and win games? 3-point shooting. Okay, they were one of the 5 best 3-point shooting teams in the country, shot 40% from 3 as a team. Credit to Florida. They did an excellent job closing out to 3-point shooters and not allowing them to get good looks. Houston, 6 of 25 from 3. The 2 biggest parts of Houston's offense, second chance points and knocking down the threes, weren't there. They only scored 63 points. In this era of college basketball, it is so hard to win when you only score 63 points. It is incredibly difficult, especially when you're playing teams like Florida that have as much offense as Florida does. Okay, Florida was probably the second best offensive team in college basketball this year behind Duke. But Florida, physical, their bigs did a really good job. They were rattled early by the pressure. The Cadone kid traveled 3 times in the first half because he'd catch the ball and there was just someone underneath him immediately and he'd shuffle his feet. So he settled in. I thought, played a really good game. Will Richards in the first half was incredible. Another really big stretch, though. Florida's down by 12. And, it's when Houston made that big run early in the second half. And, I think they pulled him out with around like 16 minutes left or whatever. Walter Clayton Jr. goes to the bench. He still hadn't scored. And I'm like, man, they're down 12 and they're pulling their best player out. Like this could get really ugly. Yeah, it didn't. Florida, when you play Florida, it's not if, but when are they going to hit their barrage of threes? They hit it when Walter Clayton Jr. went to the bench, had a couple and ones, made some free throws, cut the lead down to 3. Walter Clayton Jr. comes back in, and when that happened, I was like, Florida's going to win this game. That was the moment where I knew they were going to win, because you're not going to hold Walter Clayton Jr. scoreless for an entire game. Houston did a really good job of making him uncomfortable in the first half. He only took 4 shots. All 4 of them were from like 30 feet or more away, and they were just frustration shots of like, I just want to shoot. and they're not letting me. So let me shoot it from 30 feet away. Obviously, he was 0-4. Second half, Florida did a really good job of getting him going towards the basket. He made a couple free throws, made a couple and ones. He scored 11 points in the second half. He was really good, and every time Florida needed a bucket, despite the off night that he was having, he seemed to be the guy that came through with it. So Florida's best player had a really nice second half. Will Richards did an excellent job of keeping them in it in the first half. And Florida did the one thing that a lot of teams hadn't been able to do to Houston all year, and that is keep them off the offensive boards, or more like keep them from scoring second chance points, because that is how Houston has beaten so many teams this season. It was a great year of college basketball. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Next year, I'm probably going to do, more videos on that. Or on college basketball. So make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Houston fans, I'm sorry. That's brutal. Florida fans, congratulations. I hope you don't repeat. Sorry. I'm not a Florida fan. I hope my team wins it next year. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below on why Houston lost, and I'll talk to you again soon.